When it comes to repeat exposure in roads policing, there are some quite major concerns. The Job the Life survey, which hopefully many of you might have filled in, surveyed over 18,000 police officers and staff across the UK. And from that survey, we asked people to describe their worst traumatic incident that they'd had on the job. We then coded all of those responses, well, a selection of the responses. So we coded 1,500. And from that coding, we generated a checklist of the most frequently reported worst ever incidents on the job. And at number 3 came in road traffic collisions. So we know very much that that trauma exposure in roads policing is a massive issue. So in the top 3 were incidents involving child fatalities, which also can obviously be part of the issue with road traffic collisions, and serious injury in the viewing of bodies. Family liaison officer work also featured. So we know from this hierarchy of trauma exposure that roads policing really is high up there. Secondly, in the 2018 survey, The Job and the Life, we understood that over half of police officers and staff across the UK didn't feel that they had enough time to process an incident before moving on to the next job. And we know that for those in roles such as road policing, where you're attending incidents day after day after day, that this accumulation of trauma exposure can have a massive effect. And even though those who reported having some kind of mental health issue and psychological problem as a result of their work, 93% of those said that they just go to work as usual. So it's really, really important that we start to understand the severity of the trauma exposure and the impact of its accumulation over time, specifically in roads policing.